So I've been using this Mchose AX5 exclusively for the past 2 months. I think it's a new brand trying to make a name for itself, so they sent out their products to a bunch of different creators. Kung big time ka, you get a keyboard. If you're small time, you get a mouse. Wala namang problema yun sa akin. Although they might have made a mistake sending it to me since I'm not that picky when it comes to peripherals. If they wanted someone to gush about the magnesium alloy frame, overall lightness of the mouse, and the no longer striking aesthetic of making the mouse perforated, basically in daming butas, so you see through it, that's not me. Those are nice to have and all, but to be honest, it's hard for me personally to get excited about peripherals. So, as a fairly tolerant user of peripherals, does the AX5 stand out? Before we start, our usual advisory for these kind of reviews, the brand sent us this item for review, but had no say in what we had to say about it.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffer.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder. Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nagsisigi ka na para sa Windows mo. Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko. Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. Check out cdkeyoffer.com. First, let's talk about the mouse on its own. Packaging makes a good impression, both from sturdiness and the packaging itself and its design. Premium vibes. Everything is folded and organized neatly. The mouse itself feels light. The clicks have a satisfying robustness to them. May tunog, but not in a bad way. Gusto ko yung tunog niya. There's an oomph to it. Click sound is clearly audible, and I like that oral acknowledgement of a click. Now, all of my testing with the mouse was through the RF receiver. This is my personal preference for all my mice, in large part because my desktop doesn't have Bluetooth support. As with all mice in this category, the AX5 can connect through a wired connection, RF receiver, or Bluetooth. Unlike other mouse which I've tried, the AX5 does have a small pocket or notch, some place that you can slip in the receiver. It took me forever to find it, and to be honest, I had to look in the manual. But once you know where it is, it's really easy to use, and it has a snap magnetic feel to it when you put the cover back on. Again, premium vibes, and these built-in storage spaces for the USB receiver are so useful as it's super easy to lose the receiver when it's separate from the mouse. That storage page is super handy so that the receiver gets stored with the mouse, ensuring you don't lose it. For actual performance, I use the AX5 as my only mouse for an extended period. So that covers both work tasks, spreadsheets, video editing, and more fun things like CS2. After all of that, I have no complaints. This is a very competent mouse. I did not struggle using it, and I felt it was accurate both in terms of movement and clicking. Wireless performance is good, it wakes up right away, and there's no delay between your input and the action you want it to do. The battery life is decent, but not extraordinary. I thought it would last a little bit longer, to be honest, so the first time it died, it took me by surprise. But once you get a feel for how much your own personal use discharges the battery, then you can estimate accordingly. The AX5 goes for roughly around 4,500 pesos, and while there are cheaper mice, the AX5 is very solid for its price point. So on its own, I would have no problem using this as my own mouse, and I would recommend it at this price point. That said, I was using a different mouse before the AX5, so I can't help but compare the two. My mouse before the AX5 was the ROG Harpy Ace AimLab Edition. It is heavier than the AX5 at 54 grams, where the AX5 is 53 grams. The Harpy Ace is more expensive than the AX5. It comes in at 5,250 pesos. But the thing is that the Harpy Ace feels, to me, lighter. I know objectively it's not, but that's how it feels. It feels smoother, and its responsiveness is markedly more sensitive than the AX5. Even after I dialed the sensitivity and acceleration up on the AX5, I just wasn't getting the glide and the movement I had grown accustomed to with the Harpy Ace. There is a handy DPI change button on the bottom of the mouse, which did ease my sensitivity concerns once I played around with it. The Harpy Ace, yes, is more expensive, but at the end of the testing period with the AX5, I went straight back to the Harpy Ace, which shows pretty clearly which mouse I prefer. The AX5 was very competent, and it's a solid choice within its price range. That said, if you want to splurge more, there are mice with higher price tags which deliver a more refined experience. Thanks for watching.